Hi children, it's Mrs. Reed here again. Today we're going to continue our next numeracy lesson in the multiplication unit. And the learning objective today is to complete the written method for column multiplication. We're still multiplying a 2-digit number by a 1-digit number, but this time we're writing the answer down directly. And I'll let you into a secret. I think this is actually a lot easier than partitioning and using brackets. It's certainly a much easier written way. So let's have a look at this new model without the expanded brackets. We're going to start without exchanging the 1s or the 10s though. Our sum is 22 times 4. When you write your sums down, remember to put 1 digit in each square and keep your 10s and your 1s in the correct column. So the sum is 22 times 4. First of all, we need to multiply the 1s. 4 times 2 equals 8. And we write the 8 in between the answer lines. Then we need to do 4 times 20. So we do 4 times 2, make it 10 times bigger. 4 times 20 equals 80. So to write 80, we put an 8 in the tens column. And then you'll see that without having to recombine, that 22 times 4 equals 88. The only thing you have to be careful of is that you don't put the additional 0 in. You don't need the 0 for 80 because you've already got 8 in the 1s column. And now I'll model another one. 32 times 3. So, first of all you do the 1s. 3 times 2 equals 6. Then you multiply the 10s. 30 times 3 equals 90. And then you don't even need to recombine because you've written it directly in the answer lines. I told you this was a little bit easier, didn't I? I'll show you another one now, but this time we are going to cross into the hundreds. 94 times 2. So the 1s are quite straightforward. 2 times 4 equals 8. So we write that between the lines. Then we've got to do 2 times 90. Now, we know that 9 2s are 18, and we know that when we times by 10, it's 10 times bigger. So it's 180. And again, we write that down in between the lines. So 94 times 2 equals 188. And again, there's no need to recombine because you've automatically recombined in the answer lines. Are you ready to have a go yourself now? Pause the video, take a piece of squared paper and a pencil from your home learning pack and try these. I'll go through the answers on the following slides. Remember to put 1 digit in each square so that you don't get muddled. Good luck! So, if you've moved the video forward, I presume you're ready to go through your answers. Let's have a go at the first one. 14 times 2. Now, I can hear some of you saying, oh, I don't need to write that down, Mrs. Reed. I can do that in my head. But the reason we're learning the written method is so that when you come on to much, much bigger numbers, you know how to write it down and how to set it out. So just to keep me happy, if you could write this down in the correct columns, that would be wonderful. So, First of all, we multiply the ones. 2 times 4 equals 8. Then you multiply the tens. 2 times 10 equals 20. And that recombined in between the lines to 28. And you didn't even have to do a separate sum. How did you get on with that first one? 14 times 2 equals 28. Give yourself a pat on the back if you got it right. Are you ready to check the next one? 20 times 7. First we'll multiply the ones. 7 times 0 equals... I hope nobody's written 7 down. What do you always get when you multiply any number by 0? That's right, it's 0. So you should have put a 0 in the answer lines there. And then we need to do 7 multiplied by 20, which of course is 140. I hope you haven't written that 0 twice in the ones column. If you have, you won't have 140, you'll have 1,400, which is a little bit too big, isn't it? So you should have 20 times 7 equals 140. Well done if you got that one right. And the next one, 31 times 9 equals. Well, 9 times 1 equals 9. 9 times 30 equals 270. And so that gives you 279. And pause again for the next one, please. 52 times 4. First of all, the ones. 4 times 2 equals 8. Then the tens. 4 times 50 equals 200. So 52 times 4 equals 208. Halfway through now, how are you getting on? 43 times 3. 3 times 3 equals 9. 3 times 40 equals 120. So 43 times 3 equals 129. Are you ready to check the next one? 74 times 2. 2 times 4 equals 8. So you should have written the 8 between the lines. 2 times 70 is 140. So 74 times 2 equals 148. Almost done now. This is another one that you could probably do quite easily in your head. It's 80 times 5. First of all, 5 times 0, which we know is 0, and then 5 times 80. Let's do 8 fives are 40. 10 times bigger using our place value makes 400. So 80 times 5 equals 400. And finally, 62 times 3. So you should have done the ones first. 3 times 2 equals 6 and written that between the lines. Then the tens. 3 times 60 equals 180. So 62 times 3 equals 186. How did you get on with those? Are you a multiplication star? Some of them were pretty tricky, weren't they? but well done all of you that had a go. And remember, you can send your work to school via WhatsApp, email, or our school post box. Looking forward to seeing it all. Bye, folks. And here's another little reminder for you to share your work with us in school, either by WhatsApp on the school mobile, or by email, or of course if you've done your work on paper for us to mark, you can post it into the new post box at school. Bye for now.